Winter League 2023 Week 2. We've got some fierce competition today between HaateX, Ziggy, Ryguy, and Thilotilo. Joining me in the booth is Lavkin. How are you doing tonight, Lavkin?
I am excellent. I am very much excited to see how blisteringly fast these flags are going to go.
All the practice seeds, I've seen some as quick as a few minutes and as long as about half an hour. So I think depending on what everyone here wants to see, we might end up with something speedy or something that is a little bit more of a slog, but compared to standard flags, that slog is not going to be so bad. So these flags this week, we've got random XP, very fast XP, random equipment prices, open and short Sherlock, and Three's Company are the two big ones, meaning that the second you can save the princess and bring her to the Dragon Lord, you're up for the win. Looks like we're starting now. Let's see what we've got in the throne room.
Looks like we had some gold back there in the back of the throne room. It looks like we also have the sleep spell. And Ryguy now taking a look in the treasury. Finds a lot more money and that fighter's ring, which could potentially help out here in the start. Does give that +2 attack power, of course.
Yeah, I think I noticed the fairy flute as well, so that means that any of those pesky golems that might be on that spike tile being basically the final boss of these seeds. A lot of times, if you don't have the stats to take that thing on, it's a real pain.
Oh no, Ryguy takes all of his money to the Rimuldar shop, hoping to get some cheap gear, and all he finds is massively marked up weapons and a very, very slightly discounted small shield, but better than nothing. Oh, well, never mind then.
Wow, well, looks like Tilo's about to do the same thing here. We've got HaateX having a ball there, loading up on money, so we'll see if any of that extra gear in the shop is going to come into play, but yeah, that sword's a nice find right away.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're talking about anywhere from 5 minutes to 30. I think we're going to be leaning more toward 5 minutes on this one, especially Red Slime's handing out 41 experience. My goodness.
Yeah, those warlocks for 111 aren't so bad either. Now that you've got the sword, they're pretty easily and quickly killable.
Looks like HaateX has been pretty much checking all the boxes back in Tantagel. He saw, I think he saw the jerk in the basement. I didn't quite catch what he saw there in the basement, but he obviously needs to get over to Rimuldar as fast as possible. Shouldn't be too bad. He's going to go ahead and get that full play for himself, the little benefit of his gold grind, and then pick up his own sword. Might have a slight advantage with the extra defense. I'll have to see if that comes into play later.
Yeah, you never know. Depending on what you try and take on, that extra defense might just come in handy.
The spike tile, since you don't actually fight the Dragon Lord, you don't necessarily need Erdrick's armor. And I don't believe the defense, the physical defense bonus is that much difference in Erdrick's and full plate, so could probably just take that all the way to the end.
In a lot of the practice seeds I've done, that's definitely been something. It's easy to just go on minimal armor, but just depends what that spike tile is. Grinham here on Ryguy's screen. Gonna check these 3 chests and see what's in the back there. Dragon scale, a torch, and I think that was some wings.
Yeah, some wings. Meanwhile, over here on Thilotilo's side, Thilotilo checking the spike tile. It was a stone man, and he put it to sleep and just beat it to death with a 321 experience from control. He's gonna grab the princess. Okay, Tilo is kind of going off here for a little bit.
Yeah, right. And those drolls, I don't know what else we've seen in the cave here so far, but I wouldn't mind grinding some drolls for 300 something experience. Wow, that's pretty good. We've got levels 5, 5, 4, and 6 here so far, so everybody's kind of keeping up to each other as far as levels are concerned. It might just come down to who finds Sherlock the quickest, which is sometimes how it goes with these seeds.
Yeah, and it does look like Thilotilo is doing just what you suggested. He might also be worried about getting as lucky as he did the first time around fighting that stone man, because I mean, obviously at level 5, even with Erdrick's sword, you need that thing to sleep for a really long time. So maybe wanting to try to get a couple levels before. Nope. Okay, he's gonna go do this again.
Well, the sleep did land, and he's stayed asleep for a while, so good on him so far. Oh, taking a hit. Sleep again. He's done.
I can't believe he did that twice. That's impressive and very bold.
I was worried, but no, Tilo coming out with the win there. I think took an herb and is now making his way down the south exit.
Yeah, and it looks like everyone's pretty much following in his footsteps right now, except for Hate.
Yeah, Tilo now taking a little bit of an exploration tour outside of this south cave. Oh, finds Sherlock. That's important information right on the other side of the swamp cave as well. Gonna use the last of his MP on a heal more. Meanwhile, Hate the 13th finding Mountain Cave, the grave, and going in for some chests here.
This is pretty wild. I can't believe he just got away from an armored knight at level 5.
Yeah, that's, I mean, 60 agility as well. And Tilo, let's see, now Tilo's running a strength HP build, so I was curious what their builds were, so I looked it up just before the race. So Tilo and Ryguy are both on strength HP. Hate the 13th, though, has a strength agility build as well. Sometimes that makes a difference in these seeds. I mean, you can see the difference in the stats, but every once in a while, those extra few points can be the difference between running from something and not.
Absolutely, and I do like Ziggy's HPMP build in this flag set because really it's all about having that buffer to be able to get yourself to and through that spike tile. So in situations like this, where again, you don't have to fight the Dragon Lord, so strength isn't necessarily the most important stat. It does allow for other builds as opposed to what you would normally see in standard flags.
Yeah, for sure. I've been running an HPMP build myself just for that same reason. I don't believe that anyone else has spotted Sherlock just yet. So, I mean, at this point, still, you might just want to be grinding for a few extra levels, just hoping that you get something, maybe hurt more or a bunch of HP and MP to be able to deal with whatever's on the spike tile in Sherlock. But yeah, Tilo with that extra bit of information, definitely good to know.
Yeah, I want to say I saw Ryguy looking like he was going through, but I'm not sure if he actually saw Sherlock or not. Looking at Hate the 13th, he was doing a little bit of grinding in the desert next to the Swamp Cave entrance, and wow, enemies handing out experience like candy here. There were Magidrakies for 200, Drolls for 300. I mean, pick your spot. There aren't really many bad ones out on this map.
No, like you say, when the XP is flying around like this, just about any zone is a good zone.
I am curious. You mentioned Hurtmore before. With Tilo basically having all the information he needs to win, it seems like he's looking for something, and I'm not sure what that would be.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if he's just looking for what's the best spot to grind right now. I mean, if you can find some 300 XP enemies out here, that's something that's easier to kill, then you might just level up that much quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. There's you always kind of worry, especially in situations like this, that somebody might have found a better grind spot than you did. And now that I want to say this might be the first time that there's pretty much everything.
Yeah, that's I would expect Tilo to just make a beeline for the Princess and Sherlock at this point with 100 something HP now, hurt more, stop spell, everything you need.
Yeah, it looks like we're just gonna go ahead and get topped off at Rimuldar here, and then it's gonna be pretty much a one-way trip. You grab the princess, you go straight to Sherlock, do not pass go, and collect your first place prize.
Yeah, and it looks like Hate the 13th and Ziggy just reached that same level as well with, or at least Ziggy reached 10. Hate the 13th can't be that far behind. There's 10 for Hate the 13th as well. So the big difference, like we just said, might be the fact that Tilo is the only one that knows where Sherlock is.
Yeah, it's a little bit surprising to me that just the differences in choices here where, again, Tilo opted to check the spike tile and try to rescue the princess immediately, managed to get to the other side, and basically got all the information he needed. Again, I believe Ziggy poked his head in and then walked right back out. Ryguy chose to walk all the way through, and no one could have known this, but Tilo pretty much made all the correct choices.
Yeah, sometimes in these seeds, especially being so quick, it kind of amplifies the fact that if you go left when someone else goes right, that could be a minutes, a difference of minutes in your times. And when the times are 10 minutes or 12 minutes total, those extra minutes are a large percentage of your overall time. It's kind of amplifies all those little decisions. Yeah, Tilo making quick work of that stone man now.
Successfully absconding with the princess, both Tilo and Ziggy. And I think, yep, Hate the 13th going to do the same thing. Unfortunately, it looks like Ziggy went through the top exit. And, oh man, it's so unfortunate to watch.
Isn't it? Tilo catching a death. I was just about to say, too, how walking around with like 30-something HP when you've got a max of 108, you may as well top off with a heal more as far as I'm concerned. And I was looking at him just kind of biting my fingernails in just worrying about what exactly just happened to him. Just catching a bad enemy, and that's it, you're dead.
It's especially unfortunate because, things go, information flies at you really fast in seeds like this, but Tilo had seen one of those armored knights before in that same area, so making it doubly more, top yourself off and don't take the risk, but hey, here's another level and the return spell for a quicker trip home, so maybe it'll work out.
Yeah, again, looking like he's gonna make quick work of this stone man, and then, again, nobody else has found Sherlock just yet. Ziggy, like you say, unfortunately, went back out the north exit and is just looking around. We know it might not be in vain, but here's Hate the 13th, though. Look at this. Found Sherlock, making a run for it now. Let's see what the spike tile is, and we'll see if this level 10 is enough. He's got 100 HP, decent amount of resources left, it looks like, so this might just be it.
Yeah, this is pretty impressive, honestly, putting it together all kind of at the last minute here, taking advantage of the small oversight by Thilotilo. Yeah, Hate the 13th might just be picking up first place. Everybody holding a princess at this point.
Green dragon, let's see if it's got some tricks up its sleeve. No, it looks like Hate the 13th is, there it is, gonna come in first place.
Alrighty, get your GGs out for Hate the 13th, who is going to finish the first of our doubleheader in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 13 minutes and 22 seconds, just barely edging out Thilotilo, who is most likely going to finish within the next minute here, just making his way around track Sherlock, going into turn 2, already halfway around, and we know that Green Dragon's going to be absolutely no match for him.
Oh yeah, easy peasy. And it doesn't look like there's too much in the Sherlock zone here that's gonna cause too much trouble either. So it's a formality at this point, I think. Oh, and look at this Ryguy as well is found Sherlock. Down goes the green dragon for Tilo. Let's hope nothing else stops him on this walk. Nope, looks like Tilo's going to take second place. GG's in the chat for Tilo, coming in with a time of 14 minutes and 24 seconds. Ryguy not far behind.
Yeah, almost exactly within a minute of each other, and I have to wonder how close that would have been if Thilotilo had gotten there the first time. And it looks like we're going to be less than a minute here for Ryguy, as he's just going to go ahead and make short work. Knows that Hurtmore is pretty darn effective against green dragons, and now just needs to make a few more steps and a short conversation. And Ryguy will now finish in third place with an official racetime.gg time of 15 minutes and 2 seconds. And so now that just leaves Ziggy, who I believe Ziggy has not yet seen Sherlock, so is keeping an eye out for that.
Yep, if it's not on the same continent, we might full explore this continent before moving on to the next one. And depending on how long this takes, the maximum you can be scored for at the end of this first race is 10 minutes over the third place finish. So if there's a DNF, you just basically count 10 minutes over the 15:02. Otherwise, we might go to 25:02 if Ziggy doesn't find it. But the idea is you try and finish as quick as you can, because the next race is going to be the same thing, and we're all scored the same way. So how this works is, for this race, we're going to assign 5, 3, 2, and 1 for points for first, second, third, and fourth place. The second race is going to be scored the same way, and then we add those scores at the end. The overall winner in points is going to be first place. The tiebreaker is the total time from both seeds. So the time that you do go over is going to be significant. So Ziggy, we're going to hope that he finds Sherlock as quick as possible here.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate because I saw Ziggy hit a dead end and hit return, and so I was thinking maybe he was going to go back through Swamp Cave, and unfortunately just decided to pick another direction. He's retracing his steps a little bit, so I'm not sure if maybe he forgot about going to the other side of Swamp Cave, or if he's just really determined to check this continent here. That if I remember correctly, this is like small map settings, right?
Yeah, small map. It might actually be very small map. I'm sure somebody in chat's gonna correct me if it's not very small, but I think it is very small. And even the reason, with it being very small maps like that, it's not hard to decide sometimes that you're just gonna forego mapping altogether. But sometimes when you get a map and you don't exactly remember which way you went, and Sherlock is clear on the other side, even though it's a very small map, you still can get pretty lost. It's happened before in these races. It happened to me.
Oh, absolutely. I have never, even as a veteran, I have never mapped. I take little notes here and there, but I don't map, so I can definitely understand the frustration.
Yeah, someone as old as I am, I have to map, because I definitely don't remember where I'm going, and I made the mistake of not when I was doing one of these seeds. Oh, it looks like here's the other cave, and we're going to come up to Sherlock in just a second here.
Oh, wow, man.
If he goes a little bit north. There it is.
Oh, nice. He managed to find his way all the way around. I was worried he was going to have to eventually go through Swamp Cave in order to find this, but was that a little frustration shuffle there?
I think it was.
That's adorable.
I love it. Not today to the Star Wyvern. Yeah, I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen too much in Sherlock here that's going to cause anybody any problems at this point. So we're just gonna run from everything. Take that green dragon down pretty quickly, and then finish this race off for Ziggy.
Jacober, it was pretty well hidden unless you went through Swamp Cave. Swamp Cave was basically a wormhole that went straight from Tantagel to Sherlock.
All right, and there it is. GG's to Ziggy. Bringing up the 4th place finish, about 3 minutes 50 seconds behind Ryguy. That's 18:52. And we're gonna get the runners all reset for another race here, race 2 of our doubleheader. In the meantime, we'll keep on talking to you. Don't worry, we won't leave you hanging for the next few minutes. So again, the scoring here works like this. Hate will have gotten 5 points, Tilo 3, Ryguy 2, and Ziggy 1. And the next race is going to be scored 5, 3, 2, 1, just like this one was, and then we add up the scores. Total cumulative score is going to be the winner for this week. As well, in case you're interested in some more Dragon Warrior Randomizer action, we've got another race coming up at 10:30 tonight on the Dragon Warrior Randomizer, on the DW Randomizer channel. And that race at 10:30 tonight is going to be Stags 28, Sandcraft 05, Jbrun TR, and Monsieur Slime. It's going to be another exciting set of quick runs like this. I personally have been enjoying these so much. They're so chaotic and they're so random, and it's just been a lot of fun to practice this weekend, to watch.
Part of me wishes we could hear the cacophony of credits music that must be coming from these 4 emulators right now.
It would be, I don't know, either strangely zen-like or just absolutely annoying.
I guess it depends on how many of them happen to get the same song.
Yeah, I wonder how well they would harmonize. So it looks like our racers are getting ready for the next seed. As you can see, we've got, I believe that's the next seed stats loaded up. So we're going to start with 7 strength, 19 agility, no spells, 21 HP, 1 MP. Looks like 7 strength is enough to take down. It's enough to eventually take down just about anything you'll come across in the starting zone anyway. So chances are those have rolled up on XP, so the first few levels tend to come pretty quick. You get treasury as well, so right off the bat there's a lot of options. Usually something will be either a torch or fairy water or something that's at least useful in taking down a couple enemies and getting a few levels.
Jay Cooper, I totally feel you on that. I was actually about to comment about Hate being hovered over normal text speed, but I don't think that matters because we're on speed hacks. So, but I feel you, Jay Cooper. I really do.
I've definitely had that moment of not having thought about that at the start of a standard flags race. Anyway, here we go for race number 2. Let's see what we've got in our treasury here and in the castle. We've got wings, gold, more gold in the back as per usual. Ryguy not going for it though.
Yeah, that is a wild choice here to save about 2 or 3 seconds not going behind the throne room, especially because, I mean, that could be the armor or the sword. That's an interesting choice there.
With the keys disabled, it's auto gold. It's actually set that's going to be gold in the flag set here.
That I did not know.
And that's why sometimes people will try and just save those 2 seconds and not go and do it. Another one too. A lot of people, Ziggy and Tilo, are doing it is immediately checking the basement here. Not everybody does that as well. Let's see what we've got in our shop here. Buying a broadsword and full plate on Ryguy's side.
I do rather like Rimildar being right next to start into back-to-back Helis seeds. The game knows.
Right? Yeah. It's definitely it's just definitely just giving you the finger at that point.
Well, Thilotilo, that all blazed by really fast, but already level 9 and a slew of spells here. More gold in the Rimildar Inn chest.
Yeah, and I didn't actually catch what was under the castle. Did you happen to catch that, Lefkin?
It looked to me to either be tablet or mountain, but I did not see past the original stairs. So I'm not sure which.
Something they backed out of immediately, though. Yeah, okay, yeah. Her Cyberdark is confirming it was mountain.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know you can kind of tell based on what direction the hero sprite is facing, but I believe tablet and mountain they face the same way. So I could be wrong.
Let's see. I didn't quite catch where Breckenary was, but Tilo seems to be there. Gonna buy himself a flame sword, large shield, magic armor, kitted up.
Ryguy doing the classic about face. So it looks like Breckenary was just a bit north of Tantagel, and not even gonna bother. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no! I was just confirming, just saying yes to what you were saying. Hawksness here on Tilo's side as well.
Yeah, Hawksness not. Yeah, it's interesting here because not quite as important in this flag set, but wanting to see what's here, maybe it's a good grind spot. And again, if you can kill whatever's here, you never know. You might find the armor, you might find the sword. Stop spell. That's actually a really nice thing to see. Although if you actually got stop spell, it'd be a little bit scary, but it's gonna take it down. Wow.
Did the sword manip buying the flame sword, and next spot you search is Hertric's sword. Nice little attack power bonus for him.
Yeah, and again, I mean, checking Hawksness in this flag set, not always necessary or even beneficial, really, but knowing that that Spike Doll is coming up, one, if that Spike Doll happens to be an armored knight, you know that you either stop spell it or you have the armor and you're good. But then, of course, that Erdrick sword is going to make killing whatever's there that much easier.
Yeah, still haven't seen Sherlock on anybody's screen. So that might play a factor as well here. I remember Tilo in the last one was the first one to find Sherlock, but not the first one to finish it. But that early information at least gave him the ability to, make a run for it once you knew, once you feel like you're comfortable enough to go.
Yeah, you do get into grind and go scenarios pretty quickly in these seeds. Because really you only need to know 2 locations in order to finish things off. And then from there, it's just, like we were talking about in the previous seed, go find a desert. There's probably something worth killing in it.
Yep, find the juiciest XP, lowest quality enemy you can find, and just walk around. Just find that desert, and you're set. Ziggy taking down that dragon and then immediately taking the death, going home. Finding it's a dead end and just saying nope.
Well, we do talk about this from time to time in standard seeds, and normally Normally when we talk about this, we talk about it at the, I don't know, the 50 or 60-minute mark, but here, 6 minutes into the seed, nobody's seen Sherlock yet, and you have to imagine that everyone in this race is just thinking the same thing, which is that all 3 other people went the right direction, have already found it. And so the anxiety starts to set in so much earlier in situations like this.
Absolutely, I have felt that myself doing it when you play and you've played some of these seeds and you practice them and they last 5 or 6 minutes. It's hard to go past that 6-minute mark and think, oh man, somebody's about to hit done. It's definitely a different feeling completely playing these. It pumps up your adrenaline level early real quick.
And then, like I was kind of commenting on before, I have to imagine that that's only fair food here for Thilotilo and Cole, so vanilla items there, but it's just that the anxiety isn't helped by the fact that information is coming at you so quickly with the speed hacks. I feel like all of that would just make me just a ball of anxiety after about 5 or 6 minutes.
Oh yeah, especially when the actual races come to pass, my heart's just pounding away. It's so great.
Hurtmore, by the way, for Thilotilo, did pick that up with this last level or 2. You got one other spell. I wouldn't say it was outside, but having both heal and Hurtmore, I mean, you really now just want to find Sherlock as quickly as possible. I am also not entirely sure if we've seen Swamp Cave yet. So we may not have either of our victory conditions just yet.
Yeah, now that you mention it, I can't remember anybody having picked up a princess at all. So it might just be that everybody's still looking for the cave as well. Oh, there, Tilo just found it, Swamp North.
Just speak it into existence.
Commentator's blessing.
And a critical hit, just to speed things up that much more. One more level for a giant blob of HP on top of what Thilotilo's already got, and pretty much not going to be afraid of anything he could possibly find on Spike Tile.
For sure, you're feeling real comfortable now. As long as you can find the castle, you're ready to storm it.
Also, Hate left a comment on the last race, and I'm very amused. The ghost sprite, when you're carrying the princess, does some kind of funny things as we were watching the last race as he was wandering around Sherlock, and apparently that was disturbing enough to Hate that he decided to switch sprites because he commented about it.
Oh, that's right. I didn't notice till you just mentioned it that he changed sprites. I've been too busy looking at everything else on the screen here. Like I was looking at the whole screen surrounding the actual sprite. Tilo making it to Sherlock now, about halfway through. Again, doesn't look like there's too much in here that would scare me at these levels with the equipment you've got. You're laughing all the way. You're laughing all the way to the throne. And you just got sleep to deal with that stone man too. And it's got top spell.
Yeah, Stoneman also has stop spell, so these spike tiles have been pretty much cake. Oh, Werewolf trying to play spoiler doesn't quite do it.
There it is. GG's in the chat for Tilo, taking first place in the second race with a time of 9 minutes 51 seconds.
Blisteringly fast this time around. Did not get tripped up by the Armored Knight on the way to victory the first time around. And we'll just cruise on through. Now, Sherlock, spotted here by Ryguy. I don't really know where this is in relation to Tantagel, though, or where Swamp Cave is, but I have to imagine is that it right there?
Oh, that is Swamp South right there.
Alrighty, well, there you go.
I don't think anybody's come at this from Swamp South, though. I think everybody else took an overworld kind of route to get there.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was going to be Swamp Cave or not. I figured Swamp Cave had to be fairly close, but I do remember seeing Thilotilo come at it from a different direction. So it looks like it was just another case of go through Swamp Cave and there's Sherlock. Just kind of amusing that the Dragon Lord decided to keep her so close to home 2 times in a row.
All right, Ryguy about to grab the princess.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that Swamp South is closer to Sherlock, because otherwise you would just cast... Well, no. Oh, Ryguy's going to do outside and walk through so that he doesn't have to fight the Spike Child again. That does make sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I didn't quite see what... there we go. 76 HP and 8 MP left. Oh, gonna go and heal up first. Yeah, gonna go take a little rest. Ziggy's found Sherlock as well now. Yeah, Ziggy resting up, and we're gonna head in on the opposite side of Grinham here. I like that sense. They're going on a date first. Yeah, they had to discuss the you know, whether or not they're going to take the Dragon Lord up on his offer. All right, Ryguy about to enter Sherlock as well. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Ryguy's a couple levels lower than what Tilo was. Is that right? I still I think what 100 HP, 66 MP. Yeah, I think you're not too worried about anything right now. Eight to 13th finding Sherlock as well, so everybody knows where they need to go. Everybody, I think everybody at this point with these levels should feel comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. This is all pretty much a formality at this point. It really is just a matter of steps, honestly. I mean, Ziggy's got the princess first, and Hate's right behind, so I have to imagine this is pretty much how the victory is going to shake out, barring any unforeseen unfortunates.
Yep, and there's Ryguy finishing up. GG's in the chat to Ryguy with a time of 13:46, 13 minutes 46 seconds. Ziggy is well about to enter Sherlock.
So yeah, with Ziggy defense breaking a handful of things here in Sherlock, I know these werewolves are hiding hurt more in their back pocket. Did see that from Thilotilo's short walk between Spike Child and Dragon Lord. But I have to imagine it would take several back attacks, really, to stop Ziggy from making it all the way to the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, there was a procession of enemies there that just wanted to try and stop him. I think he went about, 10 enemies in those last 20 steps. Ziggy about to accept the offer of the Dragon Lord and finish in third place in this second race with a time of 14 minutes 54 seconds. Get your GGs in the chat for Ziggy.
One very slight misstep here for Hate 13th as he makes his way around track. Sherlock did get him potentially one extra encounter, but for the most part, smooth sailing here. As compared to Ziggy's final walk, and should make short work. Not even bothering with the sleep spell here. Just going to go ahead and punch this stone man out. And with that, we will have our Last victory, last set of GGs for this pair of races.
Yeah, Hate the 13th finishes with a time of 15 minutes 45 seconds. So that brings us to the time where we tabulate our scores, and it looks like we have clear first, second, third, and fourth. Tilo in first place, having taken 8 points with his victory in this race and second place in the last one. Our second place finisher in this race is Hate the 13th with a total of 6 points. He had 5 from the first race, 1 from the second. Third place goes to Ryguy with 5 points, and Ziggy taking fourth place with 3 points. Let's see, we've got some people joining us in the chat. Looks like just about everyone's here. Hey everybody, GG's, and welcome to the booth with us. We've got Hate the 13th, we've got Ryguy and Ziggy joining us.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, so unfortunately, Tilo said that his voice is still out of commission, so won't be joining us for the interview. So with everybody else here, I'm going to go ahead and turn things over to Ziggy. Ziggy, you want to tell us some of your thoughts about the seed, your impression overall about the races?
I enjoyed the long walks in the countryside. It was very beautiful, very folksy. It was delicious. Lots of mountains, lots of swamps, lots of everything, but not a lot of Sherlocks. That was the main problem today. I think I played well, but I just couldn't find the damn seed. So other than that, it went pretty good.
I mean, as far as the country people are concerned, they'd be glad there are not that many evil castles around, right? I feel like that's good for the world, but I know what you mean.
I don't know, it might add to the ambiance, bring in some tourist money.
Sherlock gift shop.
Come visit the evil castle on the countryside.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot more walking than one might expect in a very small map seed. One observation that I made, Ryga, I'm going to direct this question to you. One observation I made that I thought was very amusing was Rimildar right next to start 2 times in a row in a keyless seed.
Oh, anytime you have keys, you're going to find Remolder immediately. That's just given. Yeah, I don't know. I know there's different strategies on treasure chests and such, and I was really tempted to skip the treasure chest in that first seed, and turned out to be the sword, which was vaguely helpful. And in the second seed, I had the same thing. I think the second seed was useless. But yeah, I was like, oh, great. The Remolder treasure chest decision again. Cool. That's fun.
Yeah, it was interesting to see you take the time to check the Rimildar in chest the first time around, which obviously was very beneficial. Second time around, I'm pretty sure I saw that it was just gold. One thing I want to ask, Ryguy, is you decided to abandon in the second race the gold chest, or the chest behind the throne room there. And I'm curious what your thought process was on that.
Yeah, that was both of them. We know, I just figured that treasure chest is useless, right? Because we know there's going to be gold back there every time. I was really tempted to bail on the treasury chests as well, but I feel like we had, I think, 5 strength and 7 strength. So at that point, even a torch could help. I think in the second seed, I took a torch and chucked it at the slime just to get a level. But I feel like by the time you check the other 2 chests and the treasury, you're going to get some gold. You've got gold, the regular gold chests, the keys, the quest items. You're going to have gold. And all the weapon prices are random anyway. So who knows how much money you're even going to need. I think both seeds, I only spent like 1,000 gold or something, so...
Yeah, indeed. Unfortunately, a lot of the other items in the other 2 seeds that I saw were relatively marked up. So, Beef, did you have any questions for our runners here?
Yeah, just to follow up on that. Yeah, I've definitely had a practice seed or two where I've got a gold grind off the start. I decide to grind and grind and grind. I come out with a couple thousand gold. I walk out. Brecconary's right there, and it's selling the flame sword, the magic armor, and the silver shield, all for under 600 gold total. So all that time I spent grinding was just wasted. It's definitely less of an advantage to be able to set that up. So yeah, the only thing I'd like to talk about with everybody was what's driving your choices of builds. I know it's kind of been a thing where everybody's build in this seed kind of matters a little bit more, I'd say, than in other weeks. So, is it personal preference driving your choices of builds, or is it any particular strategy behind it?
I am a coward. I like to run.
Fair enough. Yeah, actually, Ziggy, I believe if I saw correctly, you're running HPMP, which is the most unique
Yep.
build. I'm curious about your thought process behind that.
Well, I feel like it's a good balance because what you want to do very often is explore a lot. And sometimes you don't always get to Sherlock with, all of your resources because you were looking for it for a long time with a princess. So I feel like HPMP is the best build for these. It's the one I had the most success with in practice. Although, as demonstrated here, practice can only do so much with flag set that is so random. It's really fun to play, though. It's very, very fun, but don't need a
certainly.
lot to end up way behind everyone.
Well, that's it. In seeds that sometimes take only a handful of minutes. If you get out of Tantagel at the start of the game and go east instead of west, you might end up 3 minutes behind, and you're effectively out already. Well, it's crazy how these. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's a little unfortunate. I mean, sometimes you're Thilotilo and you discover the wormhole that goes directly to Sherlock, and sometimes you have to walk the long way there, and it's really nobody's fault. It's just like Ziggy said, it's how things go, especially when you're trying to compress a very long game into about 15 minutes.
All right. If anybody else, does anybody else have any final thoughts? Any of the players? Anything? Any last words?
Yeah, Ziggy, you got any last thoughts on the seed?
Nope. I want to just congratulate our winner. Who won, Ryguy or Tilo? I don't even know.
Oh, not
Tilo, Tilo ended up with first place in this race and second place in the last one, so that's first place for Tilo. Ryguy comes in. Oh, sorry, HaateX13th comes in second with 6 points. Ryguy third place with 5 total, and Ziggy with 3.
Yeah, well, congrats, Tilo. Also would like to thank always risk streamers, trackers, and commentators for making this possible. It's always amazing to have you around. It's always easy to have races with you. So thanks a lot.
All right, and Ryguy, any final thoughts for us here?
Just again, echoing Ziggy, thank you to everybody for putting this together, and GG's to everyone else, and also thank you to the other runners here. I think I was the one that got this pushed up an hour, and I will gratefully accept that I've got places to run to tonight. So thank you everyone for moving this up for me, and appreciate the race, appreciate all the work behind the scenes, and looking forward to next week.
Alrighty, yeah. Shout out to everybody in this race for making that compensation there. And I HaateX13th. We'll wrap up here with you. Any final thoughts for the viewers?
Yeah, I just want to once again let me echo them before, or what they said before. Thanks to the Restream team. That would be Flower Power with the Restream, Beast Supreme and Levakian for doing the chatting for us. Because I know you can just watch the races without commentary, but commentary just makes them so much better. And I'm waiting for the tracker to flip over so I can see who's tracking, because I want to thank them too. But also want to say thank you to RPG Limit Break for letting us take over the channel and put this on. And thanks to the audience for watching, because we do these without an audience, but it's always better to have.
Absolutely. And that is going to do it for us this evening. So to everybody out there in the audience, please once again get out your GGs for everybody behind the scenes here. HaateX13th, ryguy3745, Ziggy, and Thilotilo. They put on a wonderful show for you. Please go ahead and drop them a follow. All of their links, you just got to scroll up a little bit in the chat to find those. And of course, as we've said before, big shout outs to all the volunteers that are working hard behind the scenes to give you this production here. Got CyberDark86, Flower Power doing the rehosting, Sensei Balkar and Shahali doing the tracking, and of course myself and Beef Supreme TV giving you the commentary. And finally, as always, if you have not yet done so, please go ahead, just click that link, scroll up, and you will find the Discord for the Dragon Warrior Randomizer. There are tons of people here just waiting to give you all the information you need to get set up. You can do races, you can do casual seeds, you can do whatever you like. But in order to do so, you got to click that link. And until then, we are going to take you over to HaateX, part of the Dragon Quest RTA community. Currently doing some Dragon Quest VI speedrun practice. So let's go ahead and cheer him on as he does that. But until then, stay tuned for our next series of races in this Dragon Warrior Randomizer Winter League tournament. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a wonderful night.